A fascinating new report may help your library decide which social media platforms you should use to post content that is specifically aimed at your kid readers. We're going to get into that in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com. Head on over there and scroll to the bottom left-hand corner to sign up for notifications every time I post. You can also click on the Library Marketing Show tab to suggest a topic for a future episode or nominate a library, perhaps your own library, for our Kudos Award. We like to highlight libraries doing something interesting and unique in library marketing. We're going to start today's episode with Kudos, which is going to the Yorkville Library. They had something unusual happen. They found out that one of their programs got a national shout out on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It is the library's Read with Pause event. It was highlighted during the show's community calendar segment, which I watch clips of this show, but I've never seen the community calendar segment. I will put a link to a story about this surprise down below in the comments if you want to read about it. I think this is fantastic for the Yorkville Public Library and for libraries in general to get this national coverage. Great job, Yorkville Public Library. All right, let's get into today's topic. There is a new survey that was released by a company, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Quastudio. They sought to uncover what U.S. children are doing on social media in order to help brands decide which platforms to use when they are creating content for children. And I thought this would be particularly helpful for my library friends. I love this report because they've broken it down by age group, because as children age, their social media habits change. Go figure. So here are the top line details of this survey. The report is long, but here's the top line. So they've broken it down into age categories. From age 7 to 9, yes, 7 to 9-year-olds are using apps. Roblox and YouTube are the most popular apps. I have never been on Roblox. My kids were on Roblox when they were little. I don't know if there's any opportunity there for any libraries, but definitely on YouTube. If you are creating videos for kids like story times or tutorials or just fun videos for kids, this is definitely the place to put them. Put them on YouTube. Those kids that young are watching lots of YouTube videos. As they get older, their habits shift. But guess what? Ages 10 to 12, YouTube remains the most popular, one of the most popular apps. Also Roblox, but that's when TikTok, we see an upturn in the amount of kids using TikTok at that age. So I see a lot of TikTok videos that are aimed at adults. Maybe we think about creating some videos aimed at 10 to 12-year-old readers who might find something at the library. And then the last part of this summary of this giant study talks about kids ages 16 to 18. This is where, according to this survey, they see the most significant use shift change in apps. From ages 16 to 18, TikTok is the #1 app, followed by Snapchat, followed by Instagram, and then YouTube. So we see usage of YouTube going down as kids are getting older. That is a very top line results of this survey. I'm going to put a link to the whole thing down below so you can read it. And I am curious if your library is creating any kind of social media content aimed at children, not at their parents, but aimed directly at children. And if so, where are you posting it? And if your library has done anything on Roblox, please let me know. I confess to you, I've never even looked at that app. I just know my kids played on it when they were younger, and I'm really curious if there's some opportunities for libraries. So let's get a conversation started down in the comments. And that's it for this episode of the Library Marketing Show. But my channel is full of other tips for library marketing. If you want to keep learning, and I hope you do, head to this next video. I'll see you there.